Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I Man here from the Block Runner MetaZone Rovi Inscribed.
Oh, damn. You killed it on that one, dude.
I did. All right, so another Bitmap update. So we are finally crossing the chasm, and we went from 20,000 to 21,000 in a few days.
Dude, yeah, we're accelerating, I feel like. Doesn't it feel like it's accelerating? Like the pace
Probably
of new onboarders or whatever?
Every few days is like a new 1,000 onboarded. So.
Yeah, that seems pretty fast.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's crazy.
So shout out to Shizzy. They're putting out some good content out there on their YouTube channel with some interviews, and we got a tweet from them, 21,000 and growing.
Yeah, so this is big because we set our sights on at first. Who was it? The other side. That one got cracked pretty easily.
Dude, I thought it was going to be a long time before we cracked.
I know. And remember that after we cracked it, we're like, oh, Sandbox is next at 23K. I was like, dude, it's gonna take a minute. Yeah. You know, it might be a few months or something, or maybe even like we need the peak of the bull market or something to get there.
Yeah.
And here we are, dude. We're like a couple thousand away.
That's right.
So maybe like in a week or two, if this pace continues, which all signs indicate, no real slowdown, really.
I mean, 20,000, a lot of people, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that many. So.
No, but yeah, factor in, bear market.
Oh, yeah.
Factor in this nascency of ordinals. There's probably like collectively, I don't know, like 150,000 people in the whole ordinal space. So Bitmap probably has like at least 10 to 20% like market share.
Right.
It's pretty good. It's pretty impressive what Bitmap's done so far, right? So.
Yeah, and comparing Bitmap to other projects, I mean, 20,000 holders is like a huge amount. I mean, we're talking about billion-dollar projects here. Decentraland.
True.
And Sandbox.
And those were projects that were like, they had multi-million-dollar like crowdfunding mechanisms, hardcore media attention.
Yeah.
The whole Bored Apes thing, and Sandbox, Animoca Brands invested and backed. These are some, eventually they ended up being multi-billion-dollar things.
Yeah, I mean, the only publications that talked about Bitmap was like Decrypt.
Yeah, Decrypt.
It was a long time ago. It was like 3 weeks ago.
Like Decrypt and us.
Yeah.
Like a little old us, dude. We're really onto something, I guess. But I think maybe like CoinMarketCap, I think also did something.
They did.
But it was like they're
talking about Bitcraft, I think.
Bitcraft?
Bitcraft?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, we probably should have got that article, but it wasn't really saying anything. I think people are just starting to understand, there is a project emerging that it is the first metaverse on Bitcoin, right? So that alone is already interesting and exciting, but I think it's going to take a little bit longer for people to wrap their heads exactly like what's going on. Right?
Yeah. So if you're watching this video, you're definitely among the very few in the planet that knows about what's going on Bitcoin, and especially Bitmaps.
Yeah, you're ahead in a lot of different senses, right? With the whole ordinals thing, if you're involved in the ordinal space at all at this point in time, you're freaking early, dude.
Yeah,
like as early gets. Then the Bitmap is even more.
Yeah, more fringe.
Yeah,
and it's the metaverse. Like everyone hates the metaverse at one point, and it's like the biggest ordinals project on Bitcoin.
Right. So let's see what other positive things have occurred.
All right, so we tweeted out another special blockout has occurred last night. Congratulations to whoever holds 800,000 Bitmap.
Yeah, so I remember before the weekend you were like, dude. Like over the weekend, 800K is gonna happen.
That's right.
And we were just like speculating. It's like I wonder if there's gonna be like a little tussle.
Oh yeah.
Was there a tussle?
There was indeed. Let's check it out.
How do we see the actual tussling?
Watch. So go to unisat.io. Go to search. They have a new tab called Bitmap, dude.
Oh yeah, dude! Breaking news.
Yeah.
Unisat has embraced Bitmap full in.
Yeah, they're all in with a new tab.
That's right.
Yeah. So we got, look at this, 800,000 Bitmap.
Damn, son.
30 different people.
That's 30?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 39, dude.
39.
So there's quite the So, okay, explain exactly what was happening in this moment. All
right, let's check it out.
Let's go to mempool, right?
Yeah, let's go to mempool. So this is how this is done.
Yeah, in case you don't know, every single 10 minutes, right, is a new block, roughly.
Yeah. And
then before that was just like a packaging of like transactions, I guess, on Bitcoin's blockchain. But now, every time you hear the little glitter sound on mempool, it's actually like a whole new virtual world. Like,
being generated.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you're looking at block 800,000 right here. So last night, this was around midnight Central Time. Let's go to current time here.
Wow.
And what happened was a lot of people inscribed 800,000.bitmap.
Yeah.
Right before it got added to the blockchain, right?
Hold on. Okay. So they saw it right there.
They saw it right here. So
Yeah.
this was 799,999, right?
I see.
And so people inscribed 800,000 Bitmap.
So the methodology here is, okay, we're all piling in because we want to own this thing, but whoever spends the most on the fees
Correct.
is the one who's going to get it.
Correct.
So it's a fee war or gas war.
It was a gas war, yeah.
Things we've seen often on the Ethereum side, right?
And do you want to guess how much?
Typically this thing only costs like $1.50 or so to inscribe. So I'm going to say like a 20x. So
Really?
like $30.
$30? All right. So let's check out. So I'm clicking on the Genesis transaction.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess this one specifically holds significance just because, you know, all the zeros in it.
Yeah. Look at that. The fee was
$51, dude.
overpaid by 168
Holy
times.
shizzle. Damn, dude.
68 times, dude.
I feel like that was a good buy.
I think so too.
$51? Yeah, because how many? It's pretty rare, right, to have like 100,000 blocks. Right now, there's only 8.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking block attributes here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Theoretical, like, you know, value attributions, which, you know, there's a lot of demand for that, right? It's like, platforms, please, like, support this concept of block attributes.
Yeah.
So we can, you know, add more collectability and, you know, things like this. So I think that's a valid speculation. Whoever did pay that much,
Yeah.
I would say bravo, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And now think about this. So I did a quick math and think about the 1 millionth bitmap. Right? That's about roughly less than
like
4 years from now.
Oh,
Roughly.
is it?
Like three and a half, something like that.
I really wish that was going down like during like 2025 or something.
900,000 is going to go down during the peak of the bull.
Theoretically, if our assumptions are correct, the bull
Yeah.
market's going to be around that time frame, 24 to 25.
We're definitely correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Assuming that, and then you add on top of this 900,000
That's right.
bitmap block
You might see like 300.
or 3,000 or
yeah.
or like the whole mining network colluding to
Yeah.
like it's like I want it. It's like I don't know what they would do actually, but
Yeah, basically they just pay the highest fee. It's like
but in order for that to actually
10 grand.
that spectacle of an event to actually occur, like the whole bitmap thing is going to have to explode, and which seems like it's very much well positioned to do exactly that during the next bull cycle, right?
I think so.
I think the narrative of, you know, like an open source community aligned metaverse ecosystem on Bitcoin, it's pretty. I mean, pretty sexy.
Yeah, it's the sexiest. It's because it's on Bitcoin first.
Yeah,
and like Bitcoin's ethos is to be completely decentralized. Like you would imagine the metaverse would be completely generated by the community.
Yeah, and I think the metaverse narrative by then will also pick up a little bit more steam. People will have had their Vision Pro quests by then.
It's true. Yeah.
Right? And people are going to be like cooming publicly. It's like, dude, this is the best thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Even though I spent like my whole college tuition to fucking acquire one of these things, you know? And then that's going to permeate through now X, used to be Twitter.
That's right.
And, you know, these narratives are going to pick up alongside a bull market where maybe Bitcoin's already crossed 100K. It's like, dude, this is all like, it's the perfect storm.
Yeah.
One hell of a spectacle, like for 900K.
Yeah, and it's cool that this thing keeps pumping, right? This is new bitmaps every single 10 minutes.
I know.
Like anybody's going to get onboarded, you know, at a reasonable price.
Yeah, and I could totally see like, you know, retail really like falling in love with this. Just like, you know, us non-retail folk. I mean, I would consider everybody who's like paying attention in the now. We're definitely not retail.
We're early adopters.
Early adopters, right?
Yeah.
And if we could fall in love with it, then retail is for sure. Because by then there's going to be so much more development, and we're going to show you guys now. Like we're already seeing the beginnings of like some really cool stuff being built.
Yeah, I remember. You know, Ordinals OS. They're asking us to add OBJ GLTF support. So this is Mscribe, by the way. This is our project. But the idea is you could export this and have people like use the GLB for whatever they want. But I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, Inscribed.space, always working on cool stuff. So they have developing on-chain worlds builder day 3.
Yeah, these guys are definitely cooking something interesting because I don't know, like traditionally we have a lot of experience with like builder stuff, like in Decentraland and whatnot. We've always kind of like largely faded builders. Yeah. For just because it seems to not support the most robust and functional of contents. Yeah. It's more like a you know, a beginner's deploy something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think we've ever seen a fully on-chain version of that. That definitely enhances the cool factor times like quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right?
So basically, all these assets are like individual GLBs inscribed on Bitcoin, and then you can pull them all together into this world.
Probably through like a recursive inscription or so.
Potentially,
it's like all these things or something is, all these are being pointed, I guess, to a single, probably bitmap parcel in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I own this parcel, therefore I also own all these like, deployable 3D objects.
Correct.
And then of course we're gonna have to build some sort of interface to support this. Like, okay, you have this inventory of like, inscribed 3D goods. So here's the interface to like manipulate them and move them in real time or whatever.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Think of what you can do with that.
Yeah, and there's consequences for doing completely everything on chain. There's no multiplayer, so you have just a completely single player experience downloaded to your computer, and you can experience this 3D stuff. But you and I can't experience it together in this on-chain environment. So you're gonna have to rely on centralized sort of services to facilitate that, which it's gonna be natural, right? So yeah, those are the consequences for doing everything on chain. So we're going to see different variations, right? We're going to see on-chain stuff. We're going to see off-chain stuff.
Yeah.
Leveraging on-chain assets, for example.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be like a little bit
combination.
Potentially, yeah. I could definitely see like the ordinal space a little bit more gravitating towards the on-chain side though, just because of that is the nature of like what is so cool about ordinals versus like what is not cool, I guess, about NFTs.
Yeah.
All those are like basically off-chain storage with on-chain like pointers.
Yeah, but you get benefits on both sides, right? If you want on-chain, you have that. You can get this, right? But if you want like cooler experiences, then you're probably gonna have to gravitate to like a little bit more centralized,
more scalable.
Yeah.
These are like the dilemmas that will eventually emerge once there's and
Bitcoin, guys, is pretty big, right? There's going to be different markets for these types of things.
Agreed.
Right, and so you're going to see people, maxis like, I want everything on chain, and you're going to have other people who are like, I want to have cooler experiences than just 3D models. Yeah,
you're going to have, and the difference between that is you're going to have like 8-bit game experiences or whatever.
Yeah,
that's on chain versus like a fully robust like first person shooter type experience on your land.
Right.
That's not on chain. Well, unless like more innovations occur and these things don't become an issue anymore.
Yeah,
that's right. That's kind of like the overall goal of the whole ecosystem, right?
Yeah, and then here we got 8-bit showing off Ordinals OS.
Building again another interface, dude.
That's
Looks very Minecraft-esque.
That's right.
What's it called?
Bitmap build.
Bitmap build. Yeah, dude, in Minecraft letters. So this is cool. This is going to be another. So it reminds me of like crypto voxels, right?
Mm-hmm.
We saw that early, very easy to use builder interfaces that are familiar, right? These are the games that people have been playing for decades now.
And this brings up a good point. Remember Minecraft? The reason why it was successful is because it was a multiplayer shared experience where we can build together and create our own narrative. Did you know that we're more than just a YouTube channel? We also built MetaZone, the first app store for the metaverse. Buy, sell, and explore a new class of digital assets like our flagship game Rovi.ai. Support us by collecting your digital assets through MetaZone at metazone.io. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated. All right, back to the video. All right, so we were talking about Minecraft, and it's essentially not a great looking game.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't spend a lot of time on there just because it's not my game style, but I understand why it's popular. People can join together and make stuff and make their own experience or whatever. So
also the ease of building.
And ease of building too, yeah.
Which is important because one of the first dilemmas we discovered in our metaverse experience is guess what?
The biggest dilemma.
Yeah, the lion's share of people who own this, what we like to call the development bandwidth, deployment grounds, whatever, of the virtual, metaverse, they don't know how to actually build anything.
Correct.
Right? And it's not
an indictment on humanity.
Yeah.
Right.
It's oh man, if you can't,
humans suck.
Yeah, it's we can't all build 3D sculptures and we don't all know how to program functionalities. Damn, we're a flawed species, right? No, that's not the case. But we got to build solutions around this, and that's the most important thing. Because and the internet dealt with the same thing. Yeah, of course, the internet is a digital space for anybody to kind of transfer value between each other.
Yeah.
But in order to onboard the masses onto that, you've got to build the right infrastructure and tools,
right?
So that common people can leverage that.
100%,
right?
Yeah. At one point, when you needed to build a website, you had to hire a developer to make a website,
right? And then like platforms kind of came about.
That's right.
Like
drag and drop builders and
or like customizing features. I would like people to know who I am, what I do, what I'm into. It's like, oh yeah, let's build Facebook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all you have to do is type in a couple things, click and drag a few things, and then here it is. You've built like the most optimal presentations of your identity.
Yeah, and what Facebook did is reduce the friction of just updating content on a web page.
Yeah.
Right? Just like I want to add a few pictures, I want to update a status.
Yeah.
And like I didn't need a whole new website, right?
Correct.
To do that.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's interesting. We're seeing, I wouldn't call any of this like the Facebook.
The next Facebook? Yeah.
Not yet. But we're seeing like the primitives of what can make up like, those Facebook moments.
Right.
You know what I mean? For the Bitmap ecosystem specifically.
Yeah.
And to me, it's a big fucking deal, dude, because, when we first started this, when we first discovered Bitmap, sub 100 like inscriptions in total.
Yeah.
I couldn't like at the moment visual. I knew like, the idea was brilliant, right? The concept around it.
Yeah.
Removing all arbitrariness from like, the development space of the metaverse and whatnot, creating standards. But I didn't really visualize seeing this many people start to actually try and contribute.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the network effect of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If stuff's happening on Bitcoin, people are going to pay attention. And some of those people are 3D modelers and like networking people and 3D game developers.
Yeah. The best tweets I like to see are people who are like, it's like, hey, I just downloaded Unreal Engine for the first time, and I'm beginning my metaverse development journey.
Yeah.
Like, that's the coolest thing,
Yeah, dude. I want to play around with Unreal Engine, too.
This is your opportunity, dude. What are you waiting for, dude?
I know.
There's no better chance than now to, like, just start tinkering and dabbling.
I couldn't agree more.
We saw that happen in Decentraland, too. It was, like, completely noobs.
Yep.
They saw Decentraland as an opportunity, a blank canvas, essentially, right? It was mostly, like, nothingness.
Yeah.
So there's an opportunity to create and, like, establish something for yourself. And we saw people start with the basic donut blender tutorial, go all the way within, like, 6 to 8 months, full on, like, being contracted to build on other people's behalf, making thousands of dollars. It's like, dude, it can be done.
Yeah. And finally, we're at Magic Eden, and I guess the notable thing is that Bitmap's always like 1 or 2 on like volume.
Totally. Yeah, I've been keeping my eyes peeled on this market, obviously, like the rest of us should be doing. Bitmap's doing well, dude. It's just definitely not like most of these ordinal projects, they kind of like flash and burn.
Mm-hmm.
So far, Bitmap is just flash and just kind of like it's still burning, dude.
Yeah, still burning. Yeah,
it's a difference. Not like burning down, but like
it's like
the beacon is lit.
Yeah,
so it's good. Hey, so many positive indicators, right?
Yeah. So Magic Eden. We got creators making stuff. I mean, we're gonna be coming out with our own like set of tools for people to build on top of their Bitmap. That'll be a little bit later, but
we have big plans for Inscribed, dude.
Yeah.
And Metazone.
And Rovies.
It's all going to be tied together.
Yeah, it'll all make sense.
Totally. It definitely will.
All right, guys. If we're sticking too much into Bitmap, let us know in the comment section below as you have done. And I know SRC20s are still hot. We got to look into that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
ORC is doing their thing.
ORC Boss.
I think they just.
Oshi.
Yeah, there's a lot to look at for sure. Let us know what you guys want to really...
focus on
next, because obviously Bitmap is core, but like we talked about last week, there's a whole ecosystem out there.
Yeah,
we can't ignore. Right.
That's right.
So let us know what you guys are looking at.
All right, make sure you follow us on all our Twitter accounts. There's a lot of them. All of them will be in the description below. I appreciate you, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.